You are watching The Horizon, the voice of the Amba woman, exclusively on ABC Amba TV. You are watching The Horizon, the voice of the Amba woman, exclusively on ABC Amba TV.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, fellow Ambazonians. You are welcome again to another edition of The Horizon, the voice of the Ambazonian woman on ABC TV. Our theme is We Are Staying the Course Till We Get to Boya. Fellow viewers in Europe, in the Americas, in Asia, all over the world, friends and sympathizers, we greet you all and we appreciate your presence. We are just asking you to tune in, share, and share, invite, and stay tuned. There are lots and lots of conversation we will be sharing with you this very moment for the rest of the minutes and hours that we have. We also ask of you to interject, to interrupt with a phone call anytime something comes to your mind. You just go ahead and say and give your own view because we do not have it all, and we are telling you that we are together for a purpose, for a big picture, and for one victory. Today, we are going to be seeing a lot of things, many things that are hanging in the air, many things that you've already discussed yourself, many things that you've already read in most of the fora. Notwithstanding, it is our responsibility as mothers in the house to always come and share our view, to always come and remember to remind us where we are coming from and where we are going to. And by so doing, we will be looking at the schooling in Amazonia that has caused a lot of controversy, has even caused our innocent people to lose their lives in the hands of wicked, callous, despicable people who call themselves, who are fighting, who say they are leaders, whomever they are leading. God alone knows. How can you kill your own, slaughter your own, sell out your own, and you stand at the same time to say, I am ready, I want to lead? If you kill all, whom are you going to serve? Who is going to work with you? At the same time, we are going to be looking at the so many controversies of what they say. There's a lockdown or no lockdown. All these things, we have to remember our institutions, we have to remember our structure, our interim government, how far we have come and what we have, and all these many things that we cannot do without laws, without rules, without regulations, without a structure. As you can already see, my patient is here and is really ready to give you. People must have missed her for some time. She's been busy in other areas. You see, she's already nodding. She has pack full, and the women equally have some days that we can never forget to talk to you. We are going to be telling you all of this today. So just get your popcorn, get water, get whatever thing you want to get, and you will just be part of it. As we said before, just call in between, ask your question, and say what you want to say. We are here for each other, one for all for one. Thank you. Greetings, my patients. You are welcome again after some time.
Thank
I
you, my
share for work.
Rachel. Thank you so much. It's a pleasure being with you again on the horizon. Yeah, it's been quite a while, and I've missed the show, but I've been watching it, and you've done a fantastic job. I think you had Dr. Ella last week, and the other weeks, I don't remember, but I was following up. So thank you so much for being our host on the Horizon. And I want to use this opportunity to greet everyone in the home front, everyone in ground one, everyone in the diaspora. As Mauricio said, we are staying the course till we get to Boya. And let's make sure that we know why we are staying the course, because as a people, we deserve to have our own land, that we take care of our people, that we govern ourselves and not remain slaves to La Republic. Thank you so much for having me today.
You're welcome again, my patients, all the time. We are here together to stay in the cause and getting each other say what they have to say. I know you have been boiling and bubbling because as a mother, um, all the terrible things that are going on, and it's September. Normally, in other countries all over the world, you hear the bustling children waiting to bustle at school. But for the fact that the story of Ambazonia is as it is, I just want to let you talk on this topic. We are just diving into what we have to do because what we have on our plate is so full. So please, we are just diving into it. This school matter, this school way, where some people then they don't take and turn it upside down. Like say Ambazonia not be people then where they like for go school, like say they like we pass we will like we're picking them. Or like say now we don't know the importance of school. So now today, so we are going to be talking about it to let people know the stand of the government, first of all, about the school, and then the what is really in between. My patience, I will leave you to that to throw some light.
Thank you so much, Ma Rachel. You just mentioned about, first of all, what is the stance of the government to about schooling. I think the best way for me to really put it out there is to read briefly the official position of the Ambazonian interim government on the subject of school resumption. This was crafted by the Secretary of State of that department, Professor Epote, and I'm sure he's going to be coming to the shows in the future to talk more about education. But at this time, maybe I can read this letter so that everybody knows the position of the government and why that position is taken. For the past 5 years, schools have been shut down in the southern Cameroons and Amazonia due to insecurity and unsafe environment for both students and staff. It is not a secret that the La Republique military has taken over some school buildings in southern Cameroons and is terrorizing students, staff, and the civil population. Although the shutting down of school is not the policy of the interim government, the Department of Education and Strategic Collaboration endorses this decision because the safety of Amazonians is more important. It is the desire of the Department of Education and Strategic Planning and the IG in general to see all students open with teachers, to see all schools open with teachers and students actively involved in the teaching and learning activities. As has been the case in the past years, we reiterate that we favor school resumption once parents and school authorities are able to ascertain the security of the children and teachers. We want our children to go back to school. In fact, we would rather they are in schools than in the bushes and refugee camps. However, with countless French Cameroon troops parading our streets, towns, and villages, breaking into our homes, and shooting and killing indiscriminately, the security and safety of our children and teachers are not guaranteed should they go back to school. The interim government of Amazonia cannot declare at this moment that school children should go back to school without the ability to guarantee their security and safety. Therefore, as we approach another school year, we wish to state once more that our position has not changed from what it has been for the past 5 years. The department is thus calling on parents not to put the lives of their children at risk given the prevailing circumstances. We once more call on the United Nations and UNESCO in particular to facilitate the reopening of schools in the Southern Commons by bringing peacekeeping forces to instill security in our territory. The department has prepared a masterclass curriculum which we are ready to provide to UNESCO to facilitate learning until such a time when negotiations will be finalized. UNESCO has been doing this in some other war-ravaged places, and we hope that it will do the same for Amazonia, done in Boya on the 25th day of August 2022. So basically, in a nutshell, that is saying that if parents choose to send their kids to school, they need to take everything in account that the safety of their kids are not guaranteed. And that's just why we are telling them to take that serious consideration and keep their students, their children safe at home, because the right to life supersedes the right to an education. That's basically my Rachel.
Thank you very much, my patience. After listening keenly to that letter, it is very informative and it is really patriotic for every father and every mother, every parent who will understand that life precedes education. They will adhere to this letter. Really, because it is when it is in our disobedience that the enemy will always take advantage. They will take advantage. You see, when our children wanted to really go to school in Kumba, we all saw what happened to them. We saw the ones that happened in PSS. They even went to the burned down dormitories. So all those things, the enemy is taking advantage. Advantage. Say, may we just provoke these people then. May we see. Then they go can't kill. Una even look at if they be been at some good people the way they talk say they value una school. May una pikin them go school. My patience, you know, then say they talk about community. We don't open community school where four family the way they corner they fit gather pikin they say una come out the tell una ABC. But because they be so jealous and wicked, they no one may una pikin may we pikin them for Amazonia, make them know book. Ma put am this way. They don't, if una look and communicate, they don't come up for all the colonial, most of the colonial geo, senior divisional officer, their offices, they say that they shut down all community schools. If some person be interested in your future and in your destiny, if you not fit get the thing where it complete, but you just get some small one where you the manager, the person still can't take that one for you. You think so that person are your friend. My patient, I go leave you me also talk something concerning that community school and how they don't that communicate where they don't write down. And the reason why, first of all, will be even close down our school, where to be cause am, where to start before this insecurity can take place. Where to bring insecurity, not be war.
No,
Who declare war?
La Republic. Yeah. So, as a matter of fact, when we start talking to many people, they not go school because of all the insecurity, the killing. Even when I remember how they were maltreating our students, have university kids in sewage, in mud, you know, even in PSS,
CPT
okay,
Bali.
Bali,
CPT Bali.
all those type of things, humiliating our kids. Those are our children or grandchildren. Think about it, because we are not uh, francophones, because we are dogs and cockroaches. They maltreated us. So under that type of environment, why would you want to send your child to school to go to be suffering? So we encourage community schools where people that have the knowledge can gather few kids in their homes or in churches, in just private areas, and educate these kids. Yeah, it'd be a sad thing, say, since the war started, some people they would be born them around war. or one day when they be like 5 years old at that time. Now they don't be 10 years old. They don't miss school for like 5 years. That's a long time. That's a long time. It really be sad. But if you put everything in consideration, everything in perspective, you would think, say, you want to wake up one day, that pikin don't die because you decide make that pikin go school, which has happened for some other cases. And we know example, baby
Mm.
Brandy, baby
Big
Caroles,
bang
and all those kids where they kill them for Kumba. Those are examples. But then I saw this statement from uh, parents of Ambazonia Parents Association. They have their own announcement. And Ma read and Ma Rachel, about
Mhm.
school. It's a effective resumption for community schools slated for Tuesday, September 13, 2022. In view of the controversy surrounding resumption of community schools, the Ambazonia Parents Association held consultations with parents, teachers, and community leaders in Ambazonia and decided as follows: that all community schools will resume effectively on Tuesday, September 13th, 2022, across all the counties and local government areas of Ambazonia. Once more, remind all belligerents that schools and hospitals are designated as safe zones in times of conflict. Hence, any encroachment into such areas is totally proscribed and deemed an act of terrorism, irrespective of the parties involved. Reminds all that the right to education for all children is enshrined in United Nations conventions and other relevant accords must be absolutely respected by all parties, even in times of conflict. Signed, Prince Akere Divine, President, Amazonia Parents Association, consortium member. So um, I read that to say that, does that contradict what the interim government has said? Let's think about it. um, the interim government has always advocated for community schools because we're following our own curriculum, which is not La Republic curriculum. We weigh the environment and make sure that it's safe. It's just neighborhood, people know themselves. And under those circumstances where um, you have uh, you have power, you have the way to minimize any provocations in the environment. You have control. I was looking for that word control. When you have control of what is going on, then yes, maybe you can start teaching these kids. Because again, as I said, I really feel sad that some people, when they don't born at a particular time, they will stay for a long time without even learning basic education. Fine. But in a community school setting, it's allowable as long as it's safe, as long as you're using our own Amazonia curriculum and not the diluted Francophone curriculum where they send their French teachers to come and teach us and dilute the little thing, the education that we're supposed to have. Rachel, I don't know what you think about this.
Yes, what you think about this, writing that letter, first of all, is a very good initiative. There is a cliche somewhere because our occupier, they don't they don't see say our community school were picking that the benefit, that they gain knowledge. And then it is show say that we dey control our land. We get authority over our land and our curriculum. Now, since they still dey on that land, that dey claim ownership, and they don write communiques and say make those schools dem no take place, and any person wey go, they go see go that school, then dey do am at im own risk. The question now na say how we go do for accompany dis our pikin dem to school and be in school and bring dem back home safely.
Yeah.
Yeah, na the thing that way wey all we go dey cry because La Republique still dey for Ambazonia.
Yeah.
Since wey dem come for 1961, 30th September, 30th September 1961 with their military trucks and with their gendarme and their military. Till today, they never go. Now, the thing that we our people, they need to remember, where we will, since wey they inside our land, they never go. They don't thief curriculum, thief school, thief justice, thief everything. Now, they don't end up for wage war upon the people. They don't kill we like 50,000 people. They don't kill am, and it's still counting. Now, the only reason, one of the reasons they went na for year wey because they made a declare we war, because our teachers them, the teachers union came out to say we cannot let you send teachers who will come to say, are you the English teacher? The teacher will respond, yes, I am. They saw the curriculum being pushed under the, being sent to somewhere, revising a concept they had since 1961 to say Cameroon will be a bilingual country, but a French bilingual country. So all these things, we keep seeing them. The question now na for una Ambazonian people dem, wey una shidon, una fold una hands, una don get una own doctor dem, PhD dem, masters, professors, everything. Una shidon for America, una shidon for Europe. Una see some tumbu dey waka inside una country, contaminating everywhere, even stopping basic education for children coming from where you were born. Una only shidon quiet, no money, only very few people that dey shout out this atrocity. My question first go na for Ambazonian people. How you dey sleep for your bed, you wake up for morning time, where you go stand talk say I comot for this country, but they dey kill people dem because they wan go school. How you dey feel? And then the other one na for the UNESCO itself, wey Ambazonia don give them a masterpiece of a written curriculum that can take the children of Ambazonia. Wetin UNESCO dey do? Now all of we get to comot outside, begin dey demonstrate for side wey UNESCO office dey, begin dey send message for UNESCO make dem look wetin be school. And for the United Nations Security Council, they say that dey grant peacekeeping. That letter wey you read am, they say they are doing it to other areas to provide security for children to go to school. Wetin happen for Ambazonia own case wey they never come. So it boils down back, every Ambazonian start begin dey ask them questions, say why e be say that they keep picking them on the way to school for Ambazonia, una no dey can talk something. Because the people are confused, the people are unarmed, the people they are civilians. They cannot wage war against a whole military of a country that we hear that about 600 of them that were trained in France just of recent. They have deployed them into those zones. They've deployed them into Ambazonia to go and do what? This is a state of emergency. This is a state of war. This is a state of lawlessness, a state of invasion. And then una shidon una quiet for sawe una de una ne talk no nothing. Okay.
Well, yeah, the I mean, we get for even remember say those two murders that happened where it was known internationally. The one from October 24, 2020, where they killed all those beginning for Kumba, and then also for November 2021, where they killed picking them for 3 children and 1 student killed somewhere in the what's
Indian,
called that Dian area,
that was Indian.
Ekondotiti.
Yeah.
Yeah, so those are things that are really there out there, and of course they happen around when schools usually open around September, late September. This happened October, the other happened November. So those are risk, That was 2020. This is 2020, 21 last year. Now we're taking 2022. Who knows? Will something happen again this year? Everyone child will die because of this war because of the killing is one child too many. A child should never
Yeah.
be killed at school. So any one child will die is one child too many. You know, we should not tolerate it. We should not accept it. And La Republic will pay for this. When we get our independence recognized, they will pay for it. On the other
So we
hand,
can.
yeah, we get for also understand, say, yes, some parents that they feel bad, say, "Oh, so what we will do, we'll get with picking that they will be illiterate for forever." No, the sooner we fight together, work together, forget to that boya, the earlier we keep begin to get educated. In fact, the education will be planned, the curriculum will be planned. It be so fantastic, They plan that for make sure so they eliminate youth illiteracy. There will be free compulsory primary education. So all that became when primary school picking them for that age, even if you been a 10-year-old, you never get an education, they will get way for fast track your education. So that means you learn fast, catch up with other people then. They'll get that kind of program then. They'll get vocational training, technical training, engineering, scientific training, a lot of things where we could benefit from will be outshine the current fake education where therefore we schools them now will not be propagated by La Republique because they don't care for us. So they want to make sure that those they are training they end up really being educated illiterates, if that's if that's really a word,
No,
educated illiterates.
educated illiterates now, because at the end of the day, you find so many people roaming the street. I get masters. I will get masters for history,
Yeah,
geography, economics, accounting. Those are the bank the way you go work. Those are the geography the way where they even provide means may you even do some visibility studies. Those are the town planning the way they go give you may you even plan a city and town according to the topography of the country. Whose side they need to make provision. So at the end of the day, you mash your shoes so they your shoe one side low go so low for man picking their own shoe, so they go give shoe mender wey go cut na tire, this Michelin tire, cut am put am for there for add am make the sole come back, because the person dey still go up and down with that same shoes without any means to even have a second pair to change. Na the frustration dis way dem don put many of our pipu, and wey you see many have been forced to leave and migrate, leave the country, becoming stateless pipu in many countries, refugees, asylum seekers, where you see frustration everywhere. And with the difficulties also in the world, the black man becomes almost nothing like any living being. We saw the example in Ukraine, even when war broke out, people were running. They refused dark skinned human beings to even board the train to run from war. So you see, because our own people at home cannot take responsibility, not even to go very far, because of the system of education, Pact Colonial that France signed and said that they will be the one to determine what the people will learn at school. This
exactly.
is what is
Mhm.
affecting us today. If you
Yeah.
look at it very well, many people migrated to America and went to polish their education. All una wey una shit for America, they will una be comot for that Cameroon, go dey go shit for there, una run, because wey no be there una don go get better for there, una shit. I see una dey at ten d party there, una dey dance. I see una dey wear designer clothes there, all of una dey dance. So when dem dey put half breast dem, dey dey for outside. That is abi very bitter. Some of una see una suit dem dey dey straight in iron. So one dem dey wear traditional regalia, dey wear am. So one dey tie nangondo, wear white shirt, put cap for up. Dem dey go birthday dem, dey go naming ceremony, dem dey go dance. Make I tell una, all una so curse dey for una head. For all dat pikin dem wey dem dey die one so for Ambazonia, una go start dey receive the sound for una house dem one and let nobody tell me back to sender, because e will not come reach my corner, because why? I am standing for a cause. We are fighting this unjust war, and some of you are eating and drinking fat. Una dey claim say una be this. I dey talk am to dem una here. Make una hear, fine for una head and say all dis pikin dem wey dem dey suffer, wey dem don kill, no be dem ask for war. They invaded our country. They declared war upon us. Una shidon, una dey chop fat, some of una say una wan go be mayor, una wan go be governor for America. Una no go ever win any election. Make I talk am make una hear. And small time, una go dey hear cry dem for una house. As when mami dem for Ambazonia dem no get peace. All we wey dey for dis Ambazonia, mark my word today, it is coming prophetic. I'm not talking on my own. Una go start hear small small time. E go dey knack for people that adore dem. Then una go know say the thing wey dey happen so e concern na every person. I no go talk plenty. Mape, I no know whether you get another thing for Adam for this school matter, but the thing I say we get
No,
this talk to for this school plotter dem wey they don declare lockdown, that dey kill our people.
no, nothing more to add. I just want to just reiterate one point you make about that cooperation agreement between La Republique and France. When I know, so we not be really part of that thing. That agreement was made in 1959. We were not part of La Republique.
Mhm.
We've never really been part of La
No,
Republique. But they were very
no.
smart. They know say they don't really plan, so they go take we land. So they make this thing gradually. Our education was so superb. When we were in school, marriage, we get superb education. But this infringement by La Republique was a gradual thing. They take their time, small, 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 small. So if there was not all this fight even around GCE board and all the like, they would have taken over a long time ago. And that's the
Mhm.
goal right now, to just completely take over and change everything to give us second class education. That's all the point I wanted to add to what he just said.
My patience, you cannot remember the way they frustrated us. The day we enrolled in the university, we came about 200 of us. At the end of the year, only 16 of us graduated. They
Mm,
frustrated children until children went home. All of us, most of us came from the good high schools, Bambili, all the St. Augustine, all these, most children came with A's because, people were just happy that they have created a university close to
University.
Bamenda. That I'm talking now to Chang University. So most of those children came with their A's. No, it's not as if it was, many people came with so good grades. But at the end of the day, when we write our exam and our test, we did not know. That was that year they brought that validate, which means you have to pass all your subjects before you have to
Mm-hmm.
move to the next level. What they did was they systematically failed children. You will write your test, you know that you already have about 15 on 20. You write your exams, you know what you already have. And then on the result board, you will see your marks must have moved from, you were supposed to have 15 or 14, it has gone to 10.5, 11. You want to ask, they say, il y avait un commission de résultats qui était venu de Yaoundé. Meaning that a commission for results came from Yaoundé to come and oversee the results, scrutinizing, reducing people's marks so that at the end of the day, you cannot even take that transcript to anywhere in the world that you want to go and even ask for any proper scholarship in any other university. And they did this to whom? To us, the English, let me put it this way, the English speaking children. Because you will look at the board, their own marks were always like at a point, but your own has reduced from 14 to 11.5. And from, some of those humiliating marks that at the end of the day, with childishness, you will just say, after all, I validated. Some people will carry over like six and so many courses. And then you had to come and pay another 50,000 to receipt for that same
Mm.
course in September. Before, if you will even pass it, before you will go to the next level. And many parents, you know where we are coming from, they could not. This is how
They cannot
children
afford
drop
it.
out,
Yeah.
drop out. If I'm talking here today being very bitter because I have been a victim from
Mhm.
primary school in Yaoundé, when they used to tell us les Anglo, rentrez chez vous. We used to think that rentrez chez vous was like go to your own home. We didn't know
Mhm.
that our age mates were telling us rentrez chez vous, meaning that they already knew that we were not part of them. How long did it
Right.
take discourse to come, and
Absolutely.
you have this awareness, and people sit somewhere, they are drinking their mimbo and wearing clothes, parading themselves without thinking from where they are coming from. But I've already said it, very soon the bells will start gonging in your homes. You will know where
Yeah.
you are coming from. You go remember by force. And we go just shift from this point, go enter this stupid coup plotters, this
Yeah.
demonic group of barbaric, demonic people where they don't decide, say, they go scatter our structure, our interim government, the people's government. May I warn una, all of una be start 6 months ago, una how una write letter say make dem scatter the government. Una say as una suffer before una wan reach for this point. Na una suffer don start so, because all of una go die before una time. I hear some one man in audio today dey talk how make Marianta go for deliverance. Na woman that way me and you work for this Europe step by step, but at the end of the day e comot it with the devil. And all of una, whether your uncle dem na jongute dem, whether na who dem o, all of una so una dey carry curse. When una go dey see the result for una pikin dem, make una no ask am say where did I go wrong, because that time you go dey look for them. Some one themselves dem no even born, dem no get pikin. Na the wider way dem dey waka do wetin wey dem dey do dey kill people their pikin dem. My patient, pardon me, ma just talk the talk because my hand dey boil. Some of
Go
them
ahead.
no get pikin, because if dem be born, some of you are eunuchs, you don deliver, you don give birth. That is why it is even easy for you to sell even your own blood, sell your generation. That is why it is easy for you, cold-blooded, cold-hearted people, cold, no love, no empathy, no sympathy. And you say you want to sit to govern who? Let me tell you, 2 months. You people have started by slaughtering innocent people. Look at that young man wore his suit, sitting in a car, respecting the laws of Amazonia and the institution of the interim government that says there is no lockdown. But because you people want to fulfill your demonic plan, you have the guts to go and cut people's neck, cut their heads,
Mm.
because you want to put yourself in power by force. You want to force yourself. I tell you, you go hang. One of these days, they go find you where you don't hang inside your room. At the talker, all of una. Well, I hear some other brother in audio. He call some of una name them. He call all of una name, and two of
Yeah.
una there for that list. Una not born pikin. Where I know. Yes. So now why that way una dey free? But for that reason, for other people that blood, una go hang on herself one of these days for inside una room because of this atrocity. My patient, man, leave am, me talk am for grammar side.
You know, as you were speaking, this just came through. I'm sure because you're speaking, you not have seen it. One boy has been killed just now, time 6:30 p.m. in checkpoint Moliko Boya by La Republic Police. Um, so this coup plotting thing, you know, before the coup plotting thing, when you ask me a question that if you have to name the people that have set us behind in this our quest for recognition, what two people name will you call out? I said I will call Ayuk Tabe and I'll call Cho Ayaba, because those are the people that somehow La Republique keeps on putting a spotlight on, and making us seem as if we are divided, when the core, the principle that is defending the homeland is President Sako and the interim government and members that work for for this government. If you ask me that question again now, I'll add a third name to it, or I'll add two names to it, make it four. I'll say Marianta and Chris Anno. But you see, when they did that their election that they did, that Cometa presided, Cometa had always been somebody who despised President Sako. Let's get that straight. I don't know why. He had always been the person. And indirectly, he has some fervence, he favors Sesoko Ayutabe. And if you're favoring somebody whose agenda is already for federation, that's a problem right there. Why will you favor somebody who has already made it clear that they will take the federation route? So right now, after the coup plot, when they did that election and put Marianta and put it for 6 months term, it was surprising. It's like you did an election for President Sako, an illegal election, and gave him a 2-year term. So why would you not do the same thing for Marianta? Why wasn't she giving you a 2-year term? The reason is because at that time, and this is my own thinking, at that time, Chris Ann wasn't popular. So the people that were in their camp saw how divisive he was and all that. He wasn't very popular. But that was whom Cometa would have preferred to be president. So they just put Marianta there as a placeholder. I don't know why she didn't protest. If she really wanted to be president, why didn't she protest and say, no, I need the same 2-year term that you have in your own constitution, whatever they have? Why did she accept a 2-year, 6 months term? So the goal was that after these 6 months, they'll come and do whatever fake things that they have and put the real person that they wanted to be there in the first place. I see people like Gertrude Kisok were running. These were just hand clappers that were just there trying to make as if it's a fair election, and then after that go back and support Chris Ano. I heard something that she made up that this is the first time that there's been free election in Southern California. We are at war. President Sako is the president. We don't need elections, for Christ's sake. When we get to Boya, the people on the ground will make the elections and choose the people that they feel deserve and are able to lead them into a great nation. So Chris Ano, what is your agenda? This guy has been bought over. We know that. And his game is the game of federation. We know that. So if La Republic is excited, as I hear they're excited that Chris Ano is the president, then they are banking on the wrong wall, because the international community knows that President Sako, the structures that we have that you will allude to later on, are the structures that are in place to prevent any chaos. I will use this opportunity to say that those people that were following Marianta and Chris Ano out of ignorance, because some of them followed them out of ignorance. They were believing that story that the president has embezzled funds and all the like. They were never proof. They never saw any proof. But out of ignorance, those people, please just come back home. Just go back to your LGAs and start working at the level of your LGAs. With time, you will just see that this was a mistake that you made and it will be forgotten. Don't stay out of the quest that we are to go to Boya because of the huge error that you made. Even Marianta, come back home. Come back home. They've already kicked you aside, and so you're no longer a president. What are you going to do? Are you going to support Chris Ano, who wants to take you to federation, except that's what you want to do? Because if that's what you want to do, then please go ahead, follow Chris Ano. It's very disappointing. Yeah.
Since the whole thing started, Amazonians, please, you people should permit us. Because I know some people say, you people should tell us the way forward. You should tell us the way forward. You should not come and be calling people's names here. It is this, it is that. It is not our joy to call people's names. But when they get to tell you, remember when we were small, if you are walking a path, you see a man coming from the other end. Maybe he was coming from his farm and he held a stick or a cutlass. From your own distance, you will just start greeting the person. Papa Ashia, Papa Ashia, Papa Ashia. You are just greeting the man very loud in your quest that if he was a bad person, He will look at you as a polite child and he will just pity you and leave you. You know, when you met somebody on a lonely road, you used to just be greeting them. The mommy, you'll be greeting them very fast and loud. Then by the time you people just slightly pass each other, we used to call it that time, you go take Tokyo. The running way you go run, you go run. You know, why do I say this? Now for say, if you be done the workers on road, if you were taking that path that was not good, that lonely path that nobody was telling you that it was dangerous or it was peaceful, but now you have just slightly passed that thing. What do you do? Run. Because now many people have again, what I let me not go far. I have never commented or said anything to Marianta since the whole thing started. But the one audio that I heard Christopher Anu brought out where he was condemning Marianta,
Mm.
I forwarded that audio to Marianta. I asked her, is this the same Christopher that you nearly killed us in the cabinet because he was not invited to a meeting? Is it the same Christopher Anu that is dividing you now like a piece of bread to, dividing you like a piece of bread? In Europe, when you go in America, when you go where there are many pigeons, you see those people have come, they are just giving bread, sharing the bread to the pigeons. Is it you? Is this where you really wanted to belong? I'm just taking from your word, my patience, where you say,
Mhm.
come back from belong to where it is correct. I asked Marianta, is this how you really envisaged that your journey was going to end? Because I remember the day Chris Arnold brought that letter, he wanted to read his monologue in the cabinet where um, he was not. Marianta, you people should let him read. You people should let him finish. I'm not being sarcastic, but I'm just painting a picture here that if you have gone so far into something and you realize yourself, it takes but humility to come back.
Yeah.
Because no, there's nobody that cannot be fooled in this life. Even the richest people are being duped by 419 from their money. Even magicians are being manipulated by other magicians. So if you see a magician that has manipulated you, just calm you back. And as for the Christopher Anu, it is not today he started his manipulation with the interim government. Since the day they arrested former President Julius Ayoktabe with his cabinet, he left for a one-man show that he wants to go and look for them in Nigeria. Looking at the capacity and the population, the metropolitan cities in Nigeria, only
Yeah. Well,
Lagos
this time.
alone has 20 million people. He left that he was going to look for the former cabinet. Where
Hmm.
was he going to start barehanded?
Exactly.
It's now that we are knowing that he went there to ask for his balance for the work that he already did. And it's the same person who is shouting on the fora that you people should just accept federation and 30 years after we are going to fight. So for those of you, and he's even talking federation, the nation he is planning to go and federate with, La Republique, has La Republique even mentioned federation to you people anywhere? So for people who are still following him and thinking that some persons, either you are into it together, be ready to reap the harvest when they will start knocking at your door. I said it before. But if not, it is never too late. Begin to take your two leg, the waka, they come back. Kunya, kunya, kunya. Just the waka, the come back house. So that there is nobody who is way nothing make mistake. And when you make your own mistake, like this big one way, they don't cause confusion. So my patient abeg ma
Yeah.
talk again concerning the papa commenter where you call a name before.
Yeah.
Before e be one talk say dem na only 2 years old. He knows how
Hmm.
wey be the comot.
Yeah.
The man patient you know say that day wey everybody was rushing to Berlin to go
Mm-hmm.
and see what could be. He was rushing to Nigeria.
Right.
I did not so because personally I began to conversation with him for case of one refugee wey be get problem. So I be think say some person be tell me say some money dey for him, make me I ask you so that I fit take am send am for the person. Then na wey tell me say he sef dey go the Nigeria. Now I ask am say a whole you chairperson for one strong arm of the government. People are running to Berlin to go and sort out things. You dey go for Nigeria, wetin you do? You say wan go see refugee. I say until the war ends, refugee status will continue to be the same. You going there at this time when people, why do you want to be Jonas? People are going to Tarshish. They say go to Nineveh, you dey enter plane, you dey go for Tarshish. If you know that is now say sometimes we need think the thing dem quick quick because beginning you go see the people that movement you go know. He comot for ASSC one for Berlin, he no carry go Nigeria. Thank God the plane be lost for road. He enter wrong flight. True 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 true.
The
If you
plane got
he plane
lost.
miss. Yes, he took a wrong flight somewhere around Ethiopia or wherever. He didn't get to the destination. Got to Benin at the wrong time. So that was the real Jonas that took place. So when people were going to Berlin, he was going his own direction. I was contemplating. I said, but how can a whole restoration house speaker, people are rushing to Berlin to go and see how we can patch up this thing that the enemy has taken hold of our government, of our leaders. Let's see how we can put this, to solidify things. He's rushing to Nigeria after he had made that his stupid statement by AMPC. So by the time you see the activity, it is not hidden. Just that
Yeah.
sometimes we are so trustworthy, we so trust everybody, we so like ourselves that we do not read the handwriting on the wall when it is early. Fellow Ambazonians, Nigerians say more una shine una eye. When you just see am so small, just start talking because na so the people dem be start. He go Nigeria for he talk for ANPC and then he come he say na so dey delay president installation 3 months 6 months. The thing took 9 months before they could install President Sako completely. And that day he say after swearing finish say ben na just for 2 years. Where is it
Mm-hmm.
written on the constitution say ben na just for 2 years?
Yeah.
And then you see their handwork. They fake the Restoration Council. He sat there as the chairman. People came to testify against President Sako on wrong. At the end of the day, they say it was allegation. Some they say they had proof. All their name, the EPA and the rest. That man will be the respect system a prayer warrior. But I end up to see that it was just a disgrace. Some people's names they will go down in record in their various portfolio until we come back home and make restitution and follow the right path. So fellow Ambazonians, if we dey call the name dem, no be because say we sef we like am, we cherish am, but na because say one shidon dey say dem don kill our pikin, one shidon dem don burn motor, one shidon dem don burn house, and na who dem dey cause am? Because they don't want to follow the structures, they don't want to follow the institutions that have been put in place. Make we fight this war first. May we get our independence. When we get to Boya, form your political party. Campaign, people that go vote for you. Where? Hmm,
Yeah.
I don't
They are
know.
really setting us behind. That's it. That's the sad truth. They'll be
Yes.
setting us behind.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if you have something to add or we don't exhaust them.
Yeah. We
Hmm.
don't exhaust them. I don't want to give them a lot of credit. I think basically we want to tell our brothers and sisters the way they follow them blindly. Say it's time to come back home. As simple as that, because a house built on the sand will not survive any weather um, challenges, and that's what is happening. Chris Anno will not survive. So what becomes of Marietta now? Is she going to continue as whatever she thinks she is. No, you know. So those who are following her, all of them should just come back home, and those who are following Chris blindly should just come back home, because it's just going to take you guys to the deep, deep sea, and you'll be lost forever. That's what he's doing.
Journey of, journey of no return. My patience, the thing pains me because I know strong men and women, able men and women that personally I was looking up to.
Yeah,
Personally, we've worked with them, you know,
yeah.
we know what we've come along, we've shared. But I don't know if it is their own greed or it's their own, their, it is just a whole lot of, but the final thing is at one point, come home, come and do the right thing and get home. If not, God forbid that many people will remain fugitive. Yeah.
And Maurice, I'm sure that's most of them. Some of them will just leave the struggle out of embarrassment. They will not stay with Chris or Marianta. They will not come back home. They will just exit the struggle. That's what will happen to some of them. They just say, okay,
Hmm.
and unfortunately, that's a wrong
No,
choice. Yeah.
it's a wrong choice. Let me just go back, Mape. If they decide to take that route, yeah,
Hmm. Hmm.
when the pestilence was walking over the night,
Hmm.
it touched the roofs of those that did not the have the blood of the lamb on their
Hmm.
doorpost.
Right.
Whether you will leave it the halfway, you say I no go just join me again, ma just na lie. E dey for your hand, the hand already stain. When the pestilence go dey pass, e go visit your house. Na the
Absolutely.
prophetic message that way dey there. There is no two ways, it's only to do the right thing. Do the right thing. Some people dey fit dey talk say, oh, they don dey beg we more come back. Yes, even God for heaven dey beg people dem say make dem repent from their sin, because it is not his wish to see that the people should perish. It is not a wish for the interim government, the government of Amazonia, to see that any Amazonia being used. Then they start calling all of us Anglophiles. Now, because when you go say your brother, now shame for me, now disgrace for all of us. Say, how could you just sell your own? Till today, we are still solving the problem of slavery, Black America being sold in America. They were
Hmm.
shipped, chain with chain on their neck, hunger. They were transported to another continent. Do you think you are not a slave master? You are a slave master. You are a slave woman. If you can comfortably sit with the enemy who is killing your people, you have declared yourself slave master, handing over your people to the enemy. You are not different from those papa them, that chief them where they be only can give them mirror, they take and they see their face, they start laugh, then they carry people, then they go. You are not different from them, because today currency don't change from mirror to money. Yeah, they don't put am for account. You dey see the money now, you dey laugh, you are happy. Na mirror, they don't give you to na mirror. You don't take am, you dey look am, you dey kiki, you say na for that side dey dey. You wey you say you be chief for village, you shidon, they can go kill 17 of your pikin dem, of your
Right.
subject, 40 of your subject. You be chief. You too, you be slave master. All of una, una don call some person. So one other thing we wan talk na say dis our institutions dem wey we get am for here, people get to dey respect am. We go get all other structure dem, the structure as e dey. I go leave that one for my patience, may e introduce am, then we get into the real matter.
Yeah. So we go back to APP, the Amba Peace Plan. Um, before APP come, and say President Siseko, the then President Siseko, what he was relying on was mostly country coordinators, meaning that the different areas for Europe, now they be try for harness funds for help with diplomacy. We thank God plenty when this president common sense when they be put it there, because now God be this person, a person where if he can make some significant changes. When President Sarkozy take over, not too long over, this idea of local government area about the federal government and the local government came about. Because in essence, if we be being of a country where if he fight la republic, make your comments, make your stance without being killed, then we for diaspora we will not be going through what we're doing. That fight will be back home, because the people that are really in the home front, they for take charge of everything. But because they no get that ability for say something and then remain alive, we are really their voices. And so for mimic the structures where they be back home, this idea for local government area and county, defending your county LGA by LGA came about. So in terms of the interim government, the structures we might Rachel they talk about, it starts there, the basic structure, your local government, and then the county structure, the bigger umbrella where they cover all the local government for one area. And then you get the federal government, you get the cabinet position, the way they take charge of certain departments. Department of Education, that department will build a curriculum where it will be necessary when we get back home. Department of Finance, Department of Economics, Finance and Economics, Foreign Affairs, Communication, Women Affairs, Health and Social Services. Those are all things that are important when we get back home. But you get to set some basic backgrounds, basic structures. Then we get our ethics committee or commission. That program where they have every Friday, it'd be very educational, because the core, the core of any institution for survive, the blood, what's the worker inside the blood, now the ethics. If you don't get people the way they use respect, they trust the law, they be honest, then you're building a banana republic. And we get for start here, for start teaching our people. That's why I talk more about this ethics committee. It'd be very important. And then we get our interim House of Representative, where they be there for oversee the legalities of what's going on. We get our judiciary department. So all these structures will be placed in this interim government. You have the office of the presidency. They all be important. We don't start learning how to self-govern ourselves, even though we're doing this work, mainly through Zoom and all the like, through our forums and all the like. It's a lot of material, it's a lot of work. But based on this foundation, when we get home, things will be easier. Things will be easier. So when we respect the structures that are in place, and the leadership that are in the place that are trying to get us. And we know one thing, we're all volunteering. We're all volunteers, because if we not get volunteers for do all these things, then where would we be? So we get to appreciate all the county chairs, LGA chairs, cabinet members, undersecretaries or deputy secretaries, people at the presidency, all the members of the interim House of Representatives, everybody, we get to appreciate them, because these are not paid positions. These are volunteers. Most of us that are in the diaspora, we still have our full-time jobs, but we create time for this because it's very important. Because we understand, say, people with a day for home front, if they get the opportunity for do this, they would have been doing it. But you know, La Republic MO, they will just disappear one by one. Disappear one by one. They'll kill them all. Ma Rachel, over to you.
Thank you, Mape. Really, for all this was structured them. Una no time wey we pikin go school, dem go give civics question. Me you write wetin be the headquarter for the division wey you dey there. Who be your GO name? Who be your minister name? I no know whether civics dey still go on because na only we be get civics. Na because na civics na something wey if you look am like for Nigerian and for Ghana Anglo-Saxon educational system, dey go teach you say na administration. And when you see people take administration, they go sotey, they go reach university, they graduate with business administration, this administration. People that grow within the system, they know wetin be their administration, they understand wetin be voters right, they understand wetin be campaign, they understand all these things. No be the fact say you just sit down, they just can't give them and say, na your leader this, na your GO that, na your mayor that. You massa. Wetin wey Ambazonia interim government dey do na say we don just maintain that structure wey be dey for President Joai time. Na why that was so we don restore our country, we've restored our country, our government, our institution, everything that pertained to it at that time. That is what was restored on 1st October 2017. Na the structure than this. The only difference na say we never be on ground, but then we dey remind people because Chinua Achebe say when a child washes his hands clean, he will eat with the elders. Na the reason that way Amazonian dey wash his skin clean in front of the international community for let them know say we know what we are standing for. A caller, there's a caller coming. Hello.
Hello, Ma Rachel.
Hello, Mama Irene.
Yes, good afternoon for you and my patient.
Good afternoon, Mama.
Afternoon.
Welcome.
Yeah, just thank you. I'm sitting here watching Una trying to explain things, and thank Una so much for trying to educate our people. You know, I just want to remind us, say, in the days of the West Cameroon, we get a minister of local government, because I see I'm somewhere. So this local government, naturally we don't start and they before, you know, in our papa their days. We get minister of local government. So which means the local government will be very important. Because now why will be the succeed? Because we be the lead from bottom top. So I hear say when I don't talk more about all these cool plotters, I'm here to take my little opportunity here. For just talk say, I did talk and now I will talk about my country talk. Because this particular I want to talk about every Mugamu people with their aside in here Mugamu. Makani ya be one Mugamu jinga. And then they bring on the birds you were like. But here Mujim Becker no Obushigam Marani. Ejim between Mechanic Christopher Anu. Our man one Mugamone Jongochan. I mean, Barry Shigum on Mechanic Christopher Anu no way. But here actually lockdown, what you okay declare lockdown. Our man one Mugamone Jom, but Chapun will Bamming over Chan. You can what Bamming on the Penny to one Ben, but here I miss Jigum. Bepa Cham, Massa only get a man in Chama, a new general. Be a Jimmy. She patient she says you temper. I can break away. So my bobo abu were Mogamo Jim. Yeah, I make congrats the Wochan. I will hear John to support the young on the Wochan. Ami probo wai mo me kane Marianta ya news we master we ne ya on the be kane we ne kane pewa. So ami kane follow Chris enu ata wo ya a wo kondanki aya wo ya undi. Ami kane follow Marianta ata wo ya aya wo kondanki. So ami kane ga ajongo ne ni aja ajongo uju ajongo ye. Ye jonwa ye josina bande brengu ne be jikamga. Ambe mi genga mama ai mi bara ni je bi ko asini ujika bangu ame ba pa mi ka tetu ashi pa mi ka tetu ujika bangu ame ba he ni ju asini ujika bangu ame barista gana asini ujika bangu bekia ya sino chom be ye kumbo wangu te ba akurochan
Yeah.
so mbo mga ina na amu ka be teru mo ga ya be mi ju pom ani chim bi kere mogamo biya bi keni from a local government ga mogamo but just come up so ene wa mogamo ne aya jongo say make sure that Amijuku Christopher Anu Nero, Amijuku Marianta Nero way, because I la Republic military in the chamber the one. So I just want to take it just one moment to educate my people, to let them know that there are two demons that are out there on the streets. The witchcraft, a woman witch and a man witch. The man witch is Christopher Anu, the woman witch is Marianta. If you're joining them, you are going back to the Republic of Cameroon. So Mugamu people, if you see a big brother need JP who has been there for us before we were born, follow him because he will never mislead you. Please, 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 if you are a daughter and son of Mugamu,
What happened?
Yeah. Thank you, Mama, very much
Yeah.
for talking out there. I wish we could all come out in the languages and share and talk to the people who that they will listen to us even right back in the hinterlands, because it's really true that there are two demons, you know, demons, not in the self-destructive demons. Let me put it this way. They are self-destructive demons. And anybody that becomes part of that demon is already destroying themselves, their physical self and their spiritual self. Because as of this interim government, it has come to stay. Last week we called it that it is come no go. It's the only one that has come. Many has come and they are gone.
Right.
You see, since this one has come, and it is because if they were not out to destroy, my patient, you not get work wey you for dey do for house now.
Because I have plenty work.
I not get some be na voluntary work that we are
Yeah.
doing here.
Yeah.
Just begging for people, begging all of us to just volunteer, just small. Either our time, our stipend, our small, just do something so that these self-destructive demons should not creep and destroy even that which they were not even so we are first. I don't even want to talk much, but what Mape, we are just talking about structures. I
Yeah.
like this Amazonia because we already prepared, even prepared prison.
Yeah.
You know the thing that Pamuna left, Bengui has one of the best prison. So
Mm.
those are one of the structure. Oh, that's one of the structure that is already ready. It is on ground. We are going to use it. We are going to use it. While some people will be dancing and going to Boya, people will be campaigning from their local government areas. As Irene said, there was minister of, there will be a secretary of state for local government. Some people will be dragged into that prison. They are all
Absolutely.
structures. Abi?
Yeah.
Ehen. So, as I was saying that, Achebe said, when a child washes his hands clean, he will eat with the elders. And by what the interim government has done, what the people of Amazonia have done, we are washing our hands clean to eat amongst other nations. So that people will not say, this is whom you will become, or this is whom you are. You cannot govern yourself, you will not be able. They know that there are rogues. Even in Russia, in this Ukraine war, there are rogues. Even in the American War of Independence, there were rogues.
Yeah.
Every other wars, we have rogues. So the world knows that there are rogues. So for
Yeah.
you, if you have chosen the quota for rogues, under the structures that we have our own Kondengis waiting in Bengui. Bengui also become very famous because famous thieves will go there from this time. But then, good-hearted Amazonians, that they are confusing you, they are still manipulating you and telling you that it is not worth it. My brother and sister, it is worth it. It is worth it that we have our own home so that we can go and play. Mommy, thank you for night as well. We used to play that time. So that we will go home on holidays. We will land on Tico Airport. We will land on Bafut Airport. All these places we will land and go to our home and celebrate. Abeg, if you never join, can't join. Join, just join. Maybe it is still delay because of you. If you fit just join today doing the right thing, something can happen. Our structures are there. Just start from somewhere and say, okay, now the day I want, we come from village, we come from all the villages we form LGA. Just start, meet us or your friend for your village, make you and you start talk, make direct to say where the LGA dey. I dey beg una by the blood of our people who have died in this unjust war. Una help more bring justice for the blood of our innocent children, our innocent orphans, our innocent virgin girls that have been raped. Abeg una. Hey, happy.
Yeah.
Abeg.
So I think sometimes we really get to remember how we got here. I always like to, whenever we come on the show, to just remind people how we got here. We know that history, which some of us just learned only after the teachers and lawyers went on the strike and La Republic decided to ignore them. Because more remember, say, if after teachers and lawyers have gone on a strike and La Republic listened to them, those of the people that they say they want independence, their voice will probably be few, although they get a valid point there. The validity really be there. But most people, therefore, in the sake of peace, therefore gravitate towards the fact, say, oh, La Republic don't let us take care of our teachers, our education. They don't let us take care of our legal system. So it will be some sort of quasi peace until something yes agitate that environment. But unfortunately, because from the very get-go, the intention of for take we land. What we always remember, for take we land, we know be important. The goal now for make we all disappear, then take we land. If we always remember that, they will go for they will give us that motivation. May we stay the cause, may we fight. Fighting by either belonging into the government or giving your financial contribution every time when we draft, or help the refugees somewhere, help the IDP somehow, understanding that you are blessed, you know. And this other talk where these other people, the way Mauricio don't mention them, they get for and other groups them. They also use that phrase, we are going to Boya, we'll take you to Boya. But when I remember, I don't always talk this thing, say, now two ways if I go for Boya. If you go for Boya, through federation, we go for Boya, through your outright independence. Because when there's a federation, Boya will still not be in a capital. So more than not be deceived by people when they say, I will take you to Boya. If they say they will take you to Boya, wait to be their own policies, how they want to take you to Boya. Now only one structure there, this interim government with President Sako at the head. We don't get these structures in place. get the plans in place for take you to Boya in such a way you go own that Boya, you go own the land, you go run the government your own way without interference from La Republic. Your picking they'll be safe for go to school, for play outside, for get the best education. Your roads will be the best roads. Your hospitals will be the great hospitals. The infrastructure. When I don't see Rwanda, Rwanda was a place of misery with all the genocide will be take place for there, with the war will be take for place there. When I don't see the beautiful cities where they how they live life, how their education be top notch, Ambazonia will be better. We just give for stay the course. Over
My
to you, Marita.
patience, really, I really just dey read some very disturbing thing for here. Make no person no vex if I call some kind of thing dem outside. Some people say the people who are fighting for, who are in the restoration forces, dem no get sense, dem no go school.
Mm,
Thank God say dem no go school, but dem get sense. Dem know say person fit lay im life
mhm.
for a nation. There is nothing more than wisdom. Dem get wisdom, wey mean say if dem be go school, dem for pass some of una wey una don go school, una get PhD, but una dey deny say there was nothing like 1st October 1961. Na who be foolish person? Na you wey you say you be professor, you be doctor, you be engineer, you be diploma, na you dey deny say e no dey. The person wey you say na fool, im know say im life no be worth if im no get house, if im no get land wey e fit call am say na im own. Another thing, most of una wey una don come for Europe and America very long time, wey maybe una too no be go school, but una don come use the educational system for Europe and America, una don upgrade una sef. Una no be see any good thing wey La Republic be do for una. Na why that way una no understand say education is the key. Even as una be now educated, una don add value to una life. That's why you dey look na America say America na your God. But I wan beg you say make you remember that person wey e be deny you something time wey you be small. You get to vex with that person, say na La Republic. And wetin you get to do? You get to do all your best for say thing wey dem be do me, make dem no do this other generation. You get
Right.
to support this struggle. My patience, some person just send we some text for here. He say, hello, my Rachel and my patience. Thank you very much for fighting for us, especially for home front, especially at this critical back to school time. Please, some other very wrong and awful thing the colonial thugs are doing all over again is formally stripping our children of English background and steeping them in their Betty Bulu nonsense, that is polluted French, as could be seen demonstrated by Atlantic Zone Colonial Title Governor Okala Belai, who was insisting to the kids that they must never forget that the three most important subjects in school are French, mathematics, and he couldn't remember, he said, and something else. I want to say that it was biology. And no English language.
Wow.
English language was not, that was what Okada Belai was telling the children in Amazonia. He said, just imagining that La Republique has taken out English from schools in Amazonia. This very stomach churning as it was the height of colonization. The international community needs to know this. This is proof of what caused the revolution, why we are still fighting, and that La Republique is not prepared to make any changes. Instead, it is getting worse. From the governor to the DOs, that is senior divisional officer, to the divisional officers and so on, all these so-called officers are colonialists, foreigners sent to our land to lord over Amazonia as if there are no Amazonians who can do the job. All this is proof that Amazonians are a colonized people and must be free by the UN, doing the right thing and respecting the UN General Assembly Resolution 1608 of 1961, grant Southern Cameroon's, aka Amazonian people's independence now. The thing I did for the letter now for say me una know. Some of we know how they be the beat so that you must learn French. Now they don't dey move am, they no even talk again English language. Una see why wey they don the past communicate, they say they close community school. Una Sama Thomas them, Chris Anu, some person call una name today, Babila, he call some name them so for list. And if you look all the people them, trace their background. I no go talk am for you. Not be today. I'll talk am some different day. Trace their background. You go know whether they be God have mercy. But the thing what they want talk for here na say they don't dey move una English language. Okala Belai don dey talk say na French, mathematics, and my own say biology.
Or maybe science.
Which science?
No, maybe he just used the word science in general. I'm just guessing.
Yeah, yes, let's put it this way. Now so they don't dey talk. So English not there here again. Need job be the talk. We be used to know say na them be big coefficient 3 subjects them. But now English not there again. And then you sleep for your bed. You say you come from Amazonia. I come from the English part. For una way, una still call am that way. I beg, more una wake up. Oh. There's fire on the mountain. They don't
There's really
read
fire
am.
on the mountain. Yeah.
They don't close una community school.
Mm-hmm.
They don't keep picking them because say they want talk English. That means say that thing where they be signed am for 1961 say le Cameroun est un pays bilingue, mais un pays bilingue francophone. Now in this it don dey manifest, and then una still dey sleep dey talk say e no concern me. Some person be dey ask me say una wey una dey for Europe, una don learn Italian, una learn German, una learn Spanish, una learn all these other country the languages dem. If we go back now, una talk Italian, una talk this one, una talk this one. We will come America, wetin we go talk? I tell you say una go talk English. He say it is not fair. All man know English. So Amazonians dem, I no know how una dey think o, but even for school sef, English no dey here again, according to Okala Belai. Now, we say make we fight this war, make all mankind join, make we cry, make we demonstrate for all this white man country where there is freedom of speech, freedom of demonstration, freedom of this, freedom of that. Some of una dey shit down una inside una house. With this disturbing report, I don't know how una dey feel happy. I don't know whether you want talk your own something for you.
Yeah.
I don't know.
You know, but just think about it. The frustration way we don't really be for court when you get these French lawyers and French judges for court for the talk in French for a mommy way you know they understand one word of French. So now indirectly they want start make them such a way we begin to go forget English, or they not even learn the English, and then over time I think the country will no longer be bilingual. The official language will be French. Or have they already done it? Because that's where it's going to, where the official language will be go back to French. So they are doing everything possible to dilute us and then make us irrelevant. And when you be for a community where you be irrelevant, then what type of life are you living? What type of hope is there for your own children and grandchildren? Because they know if you aspire to do more, most people they want aspire, they look up to their parents. Say, I want to be better than my parents. But then the parents don't get that opportunity because don't stifle them with all the limitations, especially language limitation. So many reasons why we really get for fight, stay the course, so that we'll go get we own institutions them in our language English. Maybe Rwanda, we don't ban French from Rwanda. They were first a French country. They don't ban them. They did only English. If we get our own institutions, we want me we begin to learn French, learn Mandarin, learn Japanese. Now we choice when we don't get with curriculum. They don't put us in an environment where we are second-class citizens or special status and be shoving French to us and our children. That is wrong. I see some picture where this colonial governor he give picking them for class, more picking them, La Republic flag them. They all hold them for school. I think for one of the and the parents they protest. So if you begin to give La Republic flag for picking them, they tell the picking they say nah, they be all La Republic citizens them. You can do all that, but down deep, those picking they don't learn our anthem. They know hail, hail, hail hail this land of glory. We the Ambazonians, pleasure, loyalty. Those picking they know them. They know that song. They not go forget. So all these fake things the way La Republic they do, you say by doing all that, they will remain as the supreme leader for La Republic. It's going to come crashing down soon. It's going to crash
My
down
patient,
soon.
this news is very disturbing. But I
Yeah.
did want ask other 11 province people then that Basa, the way they call themselves, say Basa Anglophone, Anglo Bami, all that one there. I go school with some the many. Even that bar work people the way they don't come put themselves
Mhm.
for
Santa, yeah.
Bali Day. I see some of them for here for some video where they do some their cultural event here for Germany. That they say sing Balichamba, Balichamba. They dey sing Balichamba. The clothes wey they wear am, so one in own just write say Bagante Union, but they don't take the material. They join am now with Ngiemba regalia. They sew am, but they dey sing Balichamba, they dey dance. All these people wey they don come benefit for Anglo-Saxon education for Amazonia. Who saw una dey? Wey una no plenty of una don go America.
Yeah.
I see even Patrice Ghana write for a page say e get degree for Germany. E study for Germany, e get degree, e go na for America, e go work. But they born e comot na for French Cameroon from come Kana for Yaounde. I no come Kana because I be small too, I be stay for that side. E dey praise himself, take comot from French background. I dey challenge him now. Say I see the benefit for work for the Anglo-Saxon this thing. When this struggle be start, I be dey see the Patrice Ghana Professor, na professor, BB1, prof. He be the comot, dey make noise. He be the talk. Man, not say noise. Sorry for that language. He be the make. He be the talk. But I never see again the talk. Of late, I just see am for a Facebook page. Pat, Professor Pachingana, I dey call you out. May you comot with all the Bamileke brother dem wey una dey for America dey work, dey enjoy Anglo-Saxon culture. Make una wake up, stand, tell La Republic say na wrong thing for stop Ambazonian. They make dem not get their own language education, because if Ambazonian no be there, even inside Churima wey dey here so for Yaounde, I remember that time wey dem be dey follow e run come hide na for Ambazonia. Even the pikin dem dey study na for Ambazonia dey. Make all of una comot pikin can dey talk, because if person dey talk this thing, dey call people that name them, people dey go feel say na all this one the way na 11 province people dem, so una know una sef. I no insult any person say this, but na so dem be dey call am say na 11 province. 11 province. Dem be say na Anglo-Bami, Basa Anglophone, Douala Anglophone. Wey all dem dey along the line of Tico, Edina, Victoria, all those places. Una sef no know French. The pikin dem wey una don born along that line, they don go na all the school dem learn English. And then they come move am for una mop, una still she don quiet. Because when something dey go on, people they need to look at the logical way where the thing they think say they affect na only some people. Una wey they be drive una for Makiza time. They drive una for Makiza time, una come Ambazonia and they give una papa dem space. You people profited that time and stayed peacefully in the land of Ambazonia. And the time has come where the people say, how you don't stay for some place for even more than 40 years, they born you for the 50 years, you don't grow, born your own pikin, their pikin, they don't born pikin. You don't benefit from that land. And then problem can't come for that land. You join your skin now, you say, I'm not common for here. You be human being. You are not a human being. But no worry. Till we be do cocoa, we go do coffee. As they be the cut on a papa that head so that time. Una run can hide. Now una say no concern una. Very soon, da. They say what goes around comes around. Now a prophetic language. Now here they talk. I need to just talk because say I want to talk. If you come. Whether una think say una go bury English under bed o, na lie. E no go work, because even for France, they talk French. United Nations, they talk French. America, they talk English. Everywhere, they talk na English. Even una sef, I see una the struggle for write English. Una write am for some places, École maternelle de Mvogo. Then una translate am for under say government high school. See as the English be important. Una no know am, una no go ask. Mape, École maternelle mean say wetin? Government nursery school. Then they translate am for English, government high
Martin,
school.
high school.
No, École maternelle, they put am for French. If you
Yes,
translate am for English, na government nursery school. Then they
yes,
translate am say government high school.
high school.
This is pain in my heart because you need it, but you don't have it, you cannot ask, and you are fighting to destroy it. It will not work. You cannot press a balloon under the water. That Hamas job be stuck on that year. You cannot.
Yeah,
Amazonia must emerge.
yeah.
Brother, be rest assured, we are going to fight it and we will get it.
Na tactic wey dem dey use am for keep us suppressed. If all our young
Mape,
people
we'll get
yeah,
another caller.
okay,
We'll get another caller.
Go ahead.
Hello? Hello?
Yes, hello?
Hello? Yeah, Comrade Yuan.
Okay. Do you hear me?
I dey hear you. I dey hear you.
Okay. So I want just to salute una for the good job wey una dey do am, and for call on other women them. Say me they always dey come up, can talk, and say even they not get time whenever una dey me they call for day. Because we don't talk so many hands that they do a lighter job. And all people them they don't hear the path of truth where we work a day. People that don't talk lies then go to can't talk say evidence not there, this one not there, this one yam done or yam nobody done, and all this to them. So you when you don't go for farm, you want to go back for your house, you miss road. You got lost inside forest. If you discover the roadway, it will take you go for house. You go for take that road, you go back for house. Not go remain for forest because you will talk say you be ashamed say, oh, they will talk say, oh, you be first more lost. Now so again for B. So we people them we get for nothing. We meet La Republique as a country with a government, with our own government, and we go for international mediation. We still we come for tell people, say the people where they can be spoilers for outside it. Say La Republique a get right for maintain and protect its territorial integrity. And the territorial integrity for any state as a sovereign state, now the day where you get the independence, will not be big part of La Republique where they get the independence. So the territorial integrity or a Cameroon, a sovereign state, it be now for La Republique people, you know, concern people like us. So you know, concern we for on side them. So now you when you say be the federalist, you be who? You be federalist or unionist. I don't want to ask them say, if your papa, if you reach for 1 quarter, you get your house for day. Different man get your own house for the quarter. The person talks to me, they destroy your own house. Me, you can't go to Shiro with you. You go agree. You not go agree because you want get control for your own house, get key for your own house, Shiro for your own house. So why when I would check say we a southern Cameroonians and we can't join, we can't say we want to join them for make a federation of two states of equal status, and when even Article 47 talks say they don't give for change the form of the state. Now they can't change and we talk say okay, even in not correct, we get for go back. So mistake where with people that they make them for day now because some people they count the fool, some people they talk say Anglophone now people they talk English. No. Anglophone people they talk English. If a Chinese man they talk English, it not be now Anglophone. Mexican man where they talk English, it not be Anglophone. Anglophone like Anglophone are people where they get Anglo-Saxon culture. They name Anglophone as a defined region, a particular group of people where they in a country where two languages are spoken. So now the difference that when we be Anglo-Saxon people, Nigerians they not be Anglophone because now only English they speak. Ghana they not be Anglophone, but they get Anglo-Saxon culture. But when we be join La Republique like Anglo-Saxon, now we go for country where we get two languages where they did the French and English. We now the people call we say Anglophone and they call them the other side say Francophone. But now we do not separate. We join them as a government, a country. So we don't already talk now say time no correct now we get for go we back for one place. Make everybody know. Say there must always be some liaison between home front and the international community. This problem they be doing for white man country and for white man country where they go negotiate and for finish and like for the Swiss talk where they did it. Make some people not can lie when I say ground zero leadership and all those things. We say when I would take on a visa before when I can go for Switzerland. We say when I take visa before when I can go for some place. Me some person not tell you say they will solve and La Republique. The boundary we will get up for Matazem and Modica for day. It not be drawn by La Republique. That boundary in the international community, in the United Nations, and we now for year where a day. So with Papa and Mami, me wanna remain focused, me wanna be strong. We don't tell when I say me wanna not make mistake. Say there is a clear difference between Atanji, their boys, the ADL, they work at kidnap people, keep people them with the genuine Ambazonia restoration forces them. Me any man join the country, LGA will go tomorrow for Bui. Everybody stand firm. Thank you plenty.
Thank you, Yuan. Thank you, Comrade. Thank you.
Yeah, For that you and it talk, there's something where I'd always like for mention. Say all Southern Cameroonians, uh, because of their heritage, the Anglo-Saxon heritage, are considered Anglophones. Um, although some of them may not know how to speak English if they are raised by somebody that teaches only them French, so they may not know how to speak either. But technically, all Southern Cameroonians are Anglophones. But not all Southern Cameroonians are Ambazonians. May I explain again? All Southern Cameroonians are Anglophones, but not all Southern Cameroonians are Ambazonians. Ambazonians, now that particular sector of Southern Cameroonians or Anglophones, where they fight for the restoration, to fight say our independence get for be recognized. Now them way they be wake up for that to the 2nd of October, to the 2nd of September 2017, work out peace plans denouncing the occupation of our territory by La Republique. Now, the way they hail President Sissoko, wait for that October 1st, it be announce the restoration of our independence. So then we reclaim our territory. Those are Ambazonians. If you are there that you claim you are Southern Cameroonian, but you cannot be comfortable with the name Ambazonia because you want to go to Boya as a federalist, then we need to know you. We're calling you out. So as long as we fight for maintain this territory now we own, the boundary we get, and we get with government, we get with president, we get with flag, we get with anthem, we are Ambazonians. Hail, hail, hail this land of glory. We the Ambazonians, we pledge our loyalty. So we know what we are fighting for. And we have to stand firm.
Mape, yeah, you and don't try. Now don't talk this talk for these phones and phones and phones. I mean, ma just add my own small thing. They will catch me for you and I say that boundary where they put them for Modeka and the one where they put them for Matazin, the not be La Republique put them. La Republique not be even get it not be even be passed for day where they do themselves. Because when you don't already get your own independence, you don't pass, you don't go. They don't put them for you for SNR. If it dey there for the day where they be they put it on. And the day where they put Southern Cameroon their own, they not be there. Now the thing that way, I dey still remember that day as a day for history, say 30th of September 1961. These people they just come. They can't enter our land. They invade us. They take advantage, say, we not begin military, we begin our only mobile police. And mobile police, in that way, failure for British government for give we military that time. You know, everything with the restaurant. We don't that time, and with the evolve, we don't evolve from mobile police to restoration forces. As you and talk, may una not confuse invaders, because people them La Republique still get people the way it don't give them thing the way that they work at, that they wear and that they dress up like that they work at, then they come, they still dey inside our country, that they invade us, that they still commit atrocities, that they inside, but we mobile police, then the day man just still call and say mobile police. And then them, their gendarme them, the day inside. Now the thing that way you and the talk say, may we not confuse, may we mommy and papa them, may they not confuse, because when gendarme come now, then they do kale kale, now then they kick people that foot them, now then they mash people that head them. But when mobile police be dey calm, e be dey take you small small so you can't go for station. So our restoration forces dem no dey do wetin wey dem no dey do wetin wey Atanganji boys and the one dem wey dem don move their uniform keep am, plus the one dem wey Chris Ano dem don hire am, plus the one dem wey all their group dem don hire am make dem mix inside Ayabacho, ADF dem don mix inside, dem don make Alaro police don come mix inside dem. All of dem dey inside now. Dem dey confuse, dem dey want am make una hate the real restoration forces. But God no go gree because e give one thing for our people dem na wisdom. Make I just talk that thing for that anglophone. Phones just mean na say e sound, you are sounding like. So time wey dem be give we this our Ambazonian part wey na English be the na English man be the governor, dem make we will start sound like English people. Why? Because we will get our own traditional languages dem. They can we sound Anglo sound, English sound, we sound like them. Then for that side when na French people they be take them because they govern them. They will give them French sound, then they start sound like Frenchman. So that time when they can't deceive and we can't just join with them together. And why that way you hear the thing continue for say, oh, this one they sound like English, this one they sound, Anglophone, one Anglophone. I'm just coming from my linguistics background. And then Francophone, bang, this French, France sound. So now the thing that way, my patient to say not be all personal, not be everybody, be Ambazonian. Now why that way? They talk say, if your big papa be there for that region for 1919, your great grandfather, you be Ambazonian. If your grandpapa be there for that region for 1945, if your big papa, maybe your uncle be fight war alongside with the Germans, no say you be Anglophone. Any person wey come for Ambazonia region before or after 1945, no say you no be Ambazonia. Right up to 1960, I no even reach your 60 because people be don come. But for ask all person 1945, if your father was not, your grandfather was not in that region, you are not an Ambazonian. So check on a history fine. So even that one, the way they call themselves, say they be Bawok people, the way they there for Bali, somewhere there, they call themselves, say this and that. They themselves, they are not Ambazonians. And now why the way that them to be major factor for this thing? Because why would they call them say may they come? May we una don't stay long, una come will fight this thing. You people should come and let's fight it because we are just now like one. But they wear the call and the famous Bamenda clothes, then they attach the cloth for the side where they belong, the feel say they come from, they attach them for they see the country, they write them bangante they dance, they sing am. And when somebody that does not understand the background and the history of the whole thing will begin to say, not me than that they dance and they drink their mimbo them. Not me than that how they do say war they for their country. Now will they teach everybody say if you go somewhere and some person ask you say where do you come from? If you are not bold to say I come from Ambazonia, no say you are already cursed. No say you dey carry a curse. I dey talk for the one the way they dey for we were there for this diaspora here. If you cannot boldly say I come from Southern Cameroon, I come from Ambazonia, no say you carry curse. And that curse, as you dey talk am every day, go dey enter your house. Time wey the pestilence go dey pass more time, you go see the result. My patience, I no wan talk plenty. You be don already dey talk about the day wey dem be hold peace plans, the day wey dem be start do the thing. So I go leave am for that one. May you talk because the day dey can near.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, just one last thing for the point where you don't bring it up. Just for remind people and say, I mean the conversation before about the place where people they come out originally. When I even know
Mhm.
say there are plenty of people the way they grow with us, which is now one of us, you know. But when they realize, say they don't be one of us when there's death in the family, when their papa die or mommy die, that they carry them, go bury them for their own land. You know, they need to
Mhm.
bury them within for us because they know say they don't belong with us. All these Bamileke people, when they die, they carry them, go bury them for their Bamileke land or Basa land. That one approves it. Although they don't grow with us all the time, which is now one of us, that is proof right there. And they know it and we know it. So and I just want to highlight
Mama,
that with
you
my
talk
Richard talk.
that you talk that thing because I get some person where it talk say when they go reach, they go ask you the question say, who start the bury your big papa?
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
You want to be go now for the people then where they struggle for make birth certificate then now, especially for Momo. They don't enter most of the places and then they make birth certificate there. Ghost birth certificate them because according to them in the hope of say land grabbing.
I know.
Now what they tell people that they prepare people the way that they make them birth certificate and say they born them now for una village. For una one dey for America, maybe una don already own America na una own village, but how wey dem don talk say Africa na graveyard, una go live for diaspora, wey una die, una start say his corpse must be taken home. They must take his corpse home. I wonder whether Africa na burial ground. I begin use to read that thing, I be the vex say why man dem dey talk this thing. But now so I don be too enligh ten. Person go live im life, e no even ever go holiday for the place where dem born him. But when he die, people start run up and down here. They get to contribute money. Hey, they go put am for
I know.
mortuary. Hey, 2 weeks, they go dey take the corpse home. Which home? Which home? But man tell una, like Momo people them and all over, they are doing land grabbing. Land grabbing. Time go be where you go die. They will carry that corpse, say they wan go bury and they will get to pay ground before they bury you. Because the place where you begin think say na your papa a house, they don already some person don already buy the whole village. And that secret birth certificate, the way that they make am, so there is another clause attached to it. Time go be where they go come, where they go talk say, show your birth certificate, they give you portion of land. You go see ghost people that go come, even for una village, they go claim your papa a compound. They way you the wait till when I die, they go bury me for home, they'll carry me go compound. There will be no home for you. Ma just tell una one time, more na pikin know. Because they dey talk for we say Africa na graveyard. Some person go live in life 40 years for one man country, live in life fine for this time, then when he die. Me, my policy na say, oh, well, man not talk am, but the thing na say, I dey pity people the way when some person don die, they dey run up and down, say they must take the corpse home. Which home? Like now wey pikin dem dey die so, wey dem dey fight for home, you are not participating, then you too die, you go dey say they go carry you go home. That motor no plane no go carry you. So na
Yeah.
now wey you must fight for wetin wey you go use am tomorrow. So if you know say you go die, they go carry you go Ambazonia. Ma put another prophetic language. If you know say you go die today, they go die tomorrow, they go carry you go Ambazonia. Begin dey pay for your plot now.
Right.
For that place where they go bury you, you have to start drafting. You have to start contributing because we will not let you make Amazonia or Africa a burial ground. Yes. Mape, ma leave you me you talk that day there.
Yeah. So we don't start talk say those two important dates for history they come
Some
September
private number
27th.
dey call.
Okay.
Mama, Hello?
Hello,
Yes, hello.
Manara Share.
Yes, please.
Mara Share, good evening.
Good evening, sir.
Dr. Prashan, good evening.
Good evening, sir.
Hello, oh, una posted you there.
Thank you.
Hello.
Thank you. Yes, we hear you.
Mm-hmm. That una program is very.
Oh, yeah. I don't know where he's calling from, but he just
Where?
wanted to say that on our program, eh? You yourself, you can
Hopefully,
conclude
we'll
it.
call back. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know.
So if he calls back, I'll just I'll give in and he go talk. But ma go back. I want to say these two important days are going to come up soon. One this month and one next month. October 22nd and I'm sorry, September 22nd and
September.
October 1st. When I know how we be so proud of September 22nd, 2017, where people then for home front, those pictures they always be vivid for my mind. They come up with peace
Hmm.
plans. Bold, young and old, children and mothers and fathers, grandmammy them will walk a stick. They come out say enough is enough. We will get back our land. And the irony is that say some of those young people with the worker, they just follow crowd. Now the mommy and papa they they don't know history, know what it used to be in the past, know how that land don't change. They be get the vision, say yes, let's fight and get our land back. And then October 1st, our then president Sissoco Ayub announced the restoration of our independence. When I know say for 1961, October 1st, now that day where we began we own independence, although it be been a fake independence. Me, I don't talk now say, I don't use I came up with I coined this expression, say on October 1st, what it be really happen for October 1st? Now say when Britain be done leave for us on that 30th of September 1961, on October 1st, France be recolonize us through its proxy, La République du Cameroon. Wait till today, it's still been a colony of France. I repeat, on October 1st, 1961, France recolonized the people of the former British Southern Cameroons through its proxy, La République du Cameroon, which today is still a colony of France. My goodness, we want continue to be this second-class citizen. Remember, La République du Cameroon na special status to France. We go be now double special status. So we want to say that on September 25th, which is going to be a Sunday, we want to remember these 2 days. The Department of Women's Services, they will get this program on Zoom. It also got they will show also for ABC for commemorate these 2 days in our history. May we remember how far we don't come along. May we remember what got us here in the first place. Because sometimes when you go somewhere, it's always good to know what you're leaving behind and know why you must get to where you're going to. Otherwise, you get lost. You go different direction, or you get stuck in one place. We always have to look back and see where we are coming from and why that light that is in the future is a better place for us to go to. So I invite you, Rachel and myself, the Department of Women's Services, they invite all of una. Una join us through Zoom, and those who do not join through Zoom, may they watch on ABC, because we will bring back what the department don't do over the past 4 years, 5 years, or really since 2022. That's when the department came into existence. Or is it 2019? What we don't do, and also how we get for really support each other and stay this course. I always use that expression, stay the course. We not feel give up. The day we give up, we are doomed. The day we give up, your picking them, your grand picking them, they don't get hope. Of course, the wealthy ones them, the ones that when are elites, when they're already there for Yaoundé, they will get access to the best schools. The first send they're picking them abroad. You, mommy, papa, were there for village. Well, if you get this child will be as brilliant as what? That child not gonna get opportunities. They not gonna get opportunities. Because when I think when we were there for primary school, secondary school, some of this picking the way they come up for villages, some of them were very brilliant. They learn book, they be so, I'll use my husband as an example. My husband, he be there for village. He need to excel for village. It is also sick. His mommy take his son for coast, as they call it in those days, go for coast, go stay with your uncle. When he went there, he started excel because he did for some environment where if he learn better, he get opportunities them. So once say this picking away they did for village them, where they born the way they don't get opportunities, Ambazonia go make a field, a level plane where every child go get that opportunity to be the best they can be. And that's what we want for. So we not give up. So we want to recognize these 2 days then on September 25th. So that will also make us remember, say, yes, we get a vision. There's something we're looking for, a better future for everyone. Marichel. You may be muted.
It's true.
Okay.
Myself, on that 22nd of September, Mape and Ambazonia people, I was afraid. I did not, I could never, if anybody had ever told me that Ambazonians would be so bold to come out, I would have told them that I'm not sure. But the fear I had was a positive fear. That fear told me that this is the beginning of going somewhere. I saw people, I saw that is Ambazonia, you are blessed. Ambazonians are blessed people because they say good thing they come up quick. It hide itself. When they say you see that secret mushroom, they will not be everybody they see that mushroom. They say if you see that mushroom, no say you be person where you get lucky, and Ambazonia and that mushroom will not be everybody the same. The value where Ambazonians they get them, I be shocked. Even when they dey shoot people then so with live bullet, Ambazonians they
I
dey still
know.
come out. Even as the for people say make they still come out for 1st October, I be told say no man no go come out. I
They
wan look
come
am
out.
again for 1st October. People don already comot. I remember that one there for station here where they be ready for march, go climb, go up station. But wetin happen? They don send that their military then with their military shield. They can't block the people then for down foot. Make they no for finance junction. They make them no climb bridge up for station. I say yes. This thing is going a very long way. People came out on both of our regions, as we were calling it, northern zone and southern zone. But Ambazonian people now we have the Atlantic region, we have the Midland region, and we have the Savannah region. Una see, we dey move from better to better. We dey change every day by the Ambazonian spice, with the spice and the way we want, and the way we God direct we must spice am. And not be no more patience. Na the reason why we no go ever forget this day. We go hold this day in high esteem.
Yeah.
Hail, hail, hail this land of glory. He said the heroes who bore the land with their blood.
Yeah.
Any person wey don die for Amazonia since 1964, this just cause, na their blood wey we dey hail am so. So, but the remarkable days, because the one wey this never again generation wake up see am, na dis 22nd of September and 1st October, so we no go forget am. We go continue for remember dis day dem. So na why dat way we title am say remembering the unforgettable days. Remembering na days wey we no fit forget am. So
Right.
una go come for Zoom, una go come see, we go commemorate. The program go comot, una go see wetin wey each and every one of us get to do for the blood of our people. Wey some people dey think say dey fit just spill am anyhow, na lie. Dat blood go start hunt dem as from today wey we don make dis program. And before another 22nd go wan reach again, dat pikin their blood dem, una go hear result. People dey go shout say what is happening? Una go hear the result if dey do not turn away from their evil ways. Na so e go be. Yes.
And one more thing will be happen. You know, say, my Rachel, on that September 22nd, uh, President Siseko be there for New York. They be get some big rally for New York. You know, and so while things were happening on the home front, then they call it Ground Zero, but now we know it as a home front. There were other gatherings in the diaspora, and they had a big one at New York. And he flew from New York to
Mhm.
Los Angeles. You know, when you come to Los Angeles, you gain time. So he flew from
Mhm.
there and came to Los Angeles, and we welcomed him. We had a reception for him here in Los Angeles on that September
Mhm.
22nd. Remember vividly, I'll never forget. So
Yeah.
that day, yeah, a lot of things happen, and we just when you think about your history, think about important days, it makes you realize that this is for real. This is for real. People died, as you already said. We don't want their blood to go in vain. You know, we have to erupt a monument for all those people when we get our land. You know, if you see other
Yeah.
civilizations, the other war, you have all these monuments remembering the heroes. We will have ours in Amazonia, and it's just
Mhm.
we it's just it goes without saying it will happen.
Yes. It will happen. It is already happening. That is why, just like the partaker, just like the how do they say it again in English? Um, ah, you can yeah I say yeah the Abent Mal. What's that again? Shit. Yeah, just like the day of the big feast. The English word is eluding me. Sorry.
Okay,
Yeah,
we are
Abent
German.
Mal. Yeah. So they say just like that big day, the big
Hmm.
feast, everybody will have to come and take their own share. Amazonia is for every Amazonian.
Right.
You just come and make sure that your portion is there for you. That is just it. These days are days that get up and celebrate it. Get up and pray for that land. Even if you don't want to, if there's nothing you are even doing, just get up on these 2 days and pray that for the sake of the blood that was spilled on this day, let that land be free. Say something, do something on behalf of Amazonia. Because if you don't do it, it will do you. Mape, for our
Yeah.
program, we'll be talking, we will read some write-up, some very interesting
Right.
write-up the I be I be take am wey I be see am for one of our for e dey for our forum dem, but
Hmm.
maybe our people for home front, because the title am say the wicked plans and mischief between La Republique and coup plotters and their handful of tattered fighters exposed.
Hmm.
Say we on this platform at home front want Ambazonians to take note of the following. So home front, dis thing wey I wan read am so na for una. The person wey write am, e dey for im own corner for home front. You dey for your own corner, e no know how wey fit communicate you because e no get your number. Na way e send am outside say make we read am so dat any man wey dey hear am, make im pikin dey try for know I go read am small small. E ask the question say, why are La République soldiers not occupying and guarding the government and private schools as they used to do before? E say this is because the lockdown against schools which have been imposed has been organized between them, meaning La République and the coup plotters. Their soldiers have been instructed at their security meeting to just relax and watch while some of their soldiers, disguised as Amba boys, go around with a handful of coup plotters, unity warriors, and perform the rampage. They are now pretending as if their government schools cannot resume because of the might and strength of the Amba boys, whereas they are the very ones who have gone undercover and are terrorizing our people. They are the one terrorizing our people. It is coming from home front, so you too home front, you should hear.
Right.
It's a question number two. It say why how are they trying to impose the buffoon called Christopher Anu on our people so as to promote one Cameroon agenda? They say we on this platform have been following up this revolution from 2016, and we have seen how La République and France have been battling tooth and nail to impose a leader of their choice upon our people. They tried with Siseko, Ayok, and failed. No, they tried with Siseko Ayok Tabe and his footstool, Dabney Yerima, and failed. They attempted imposing the Norwegian rascalic and vicious Dracula called Ayabacho Lucas and his bundle of idiots like Tapang Ivo, Ashu Lucas, Capo Daniel, Mark Barretta, etc., and failed. They said this time around they are trying to use Christopher Anu and his useless friends with his ugly head like the nest of a vulture. They have failed already. Why? Because all the tricks La République is deploying are old colonial and outdated 1961 and 1990 tricks. Truly, these francophones from East Africa are very stupid. In 1990, they tried to topple the chairman of SDF, Nijon Fundi, using political maggots like Siga Asanga, late Barrister Ben Muna, and useless Professor Ngwashiri. La République was the first to rush to their radio and television to start announcing that SDF had splitted into faction of SDF 1 of Nijon Fundi, SDF 2 of Ben Muna, SDF 3 of Professor Ngwashiri, and SDF 4 of Siga Asanga. But the Central Committee of SDF and its political caucus refused to recognize those names and factions sponsored by La République. Unfortunately, this is my own statement. Unfortunately, let me leave it there.
Mhm.
In fact, Frundi referred to the other compromised faction as a group of rebellious miscreants, and the faction died naturally. Similarly, the IG of Amazonia, this is for you people now, for us. Similarly, the IG of Amazonia, whose president is Dr. Sako, should outrightly reject those groups of rebels, Njangi and Gumba House, created by La Republique to sow the seed of division amongst Amazonians. Last one. They say yesterday, the fools in Yaoundé were openly toasting champagne that Chris Anu has finally won the presidency. Chris Anu himself said on ABS TV, on his TV, he said we should just accept federation and come back after a certain number of years and fight back. In fact, Amazonians should bundle up the imbecile called Christopher Anu and parcel him to a traditional doctor for treatment. Chris Anu is not only a colossal fool, but he is equally a national disgrace and embarrassment to the people of Amazonia. Those who were toasting champagne from the political class of Biya regime have never declared anywhere that they need a federation. But Christopher Anu, who is clearly a victim of mental apoplexy, is here advertising Amazonia to accept federation, which is basically a utopia idea. Chris Anu, you will die from frustration like a goat in a river, Nyamfuka. 7th of August 2022, Homefront Amazonia Powerhouse.
Wow. It's a month ago
So,
that they wrote it.
yeah, so as a tradition, we go across and look and pick one or two that we can read for our people. But the thing that strikes me here is Mape, the same tactics that they use to say SDF 1, SDF 2, SDF 3 is the same tactics that they are celebrating. And some people with their own, oh Jesus, I
Gullible.
heard Bobe, Bobe, Bohebed saying that IG is 7. Amazonian people, there is no 7 IG. As you can see, anybody that tells you that there's IG2, IG3, IG1, know that they are brothers of La Republique. Because as this write-up says, the tactics they used to, they themselves ran to go and say there is SDF1, SDF2, SDF3. It's the same thing they are using because they know that at time of SDF, some of us were not very conversant of what was going on. So that's why they repeat the tactics. They thank God for God who keeps people alive, who will tell posterity what is going on. It's the same La Republique who is saying that with whom are we going to talk?
Talk to.
With whom are we going to negotiate when they have 1, 2, 3, 4? Una plan don't fail because this never again generation come no go. IG with Dr. Sako don't talk say ma borrow that word. The thing too long, maybe I know Sam. But we don't talk say we have come to stay. We are taking Amazonia home. You better find your own place. Be part of this history. Yes.
Yeah, Ashia Maricha, Ashia.
Thank you.
That divide and conquer mentality of La Republique, it will not succeed this time around. Um, the beauty of what our current president has, we already talk about the structures that are in place. Those are firm structures where the institutions people that are manning the institutions, the people that are volunteering and doing everything, they are all working for the same purpose. And this idea of drafting that we exercise every Saturday for quite some time now, and we have a few more Saturdays to go, only gives our people back home the reassurance that there's only one IG to reckon with. The national community
Yes.
sees that also. We have our ABC, we have our diplomatic corps corresponding with the international community. The international community is not community is not a fool. So La Republique can play this game of IG1, IG2, IG3. I mean, they had Sisiku Ayuk Tabe, who unilaterally started this problem because it started with him declaring another government. He started this mess. Who knows? Maybe it was La Republique that pressured him to do so. I would think so. That's probably what happened because he's in the arms of the den of La Republique. So now we've passed that. President Sako and this interim government withstood the test of time, and then these other mushroom groups are coming without any following, without any structures in place. Again, it will just die a natural death with time. I know that,
Not
yeah. I was
no,
just
go
going to say that
ahead.
it's my thought that the previous one that came about before before Chris Ano came, the other one that was called Marianta, um, where is she going to hide now? Because mind you, they have just one television, right? Chris Ano controls ABS, their television. Is Marianta going to still say, I'm the president? Where is she going to be communicating with her people? Because she's not going to go on Chris. Chris is not going to let her come on his TV. So what becomes of
Mm.
her? You know?
Maybe I don't know. I don't know for that one. But you know the two way we dey remember this brother they write up, this write up has really taught us that these coup plotters and their brothers like Republicans using the same tactics. You remember it was this same September when United Nations was supposed to meet, this same time that former President Ayuk Tabe Julius created that his own government.
Yeah.
That is one thing we should not forget. That was the same this same September, close to the United Nations when La Republique already said go in there and cause confusion so that start the division, even though the other miscreants were already moving around like Shosho Tumbuden. They were already moving, but it seemed as if it did not have anything because since these people don't want to meet us as a government, that was why they were able to use that government part to say go and form another government so that they will be saying that there were you people so many. And it is the same thing that this same time they have used this other buffoon. And that's what they say, or they say buffoon. They say this other buffoon has created his own now. So if you look at it, you see that there are people who are just doing the same thing. Yes, you people can stay on Facebook. Some coup plotters and their friends will begin to say, "Why are we judging people?" Go and ask Zelensky whether he is not also persecuting the the Ukrainians that are supporting the Russia in this war. Go in all of the countries and ask whether they were not calling out Bouteflika in South Africa. Go in all of the wars and see whether they were not calling out the coup plotters in every nation. So Amazonia is not going to be an exception. If you so
Right.
much love somebody, you don't want his name to fall on the bad list, call him and beg him that Papa come back from that bad road. Mommy come back from that bad road because we have to direct our people. If we do not tell them that this way that you are going is not the right thing, don't go and follow somebody that will tell you that, "Mo, just take federation now." You dey talk say make dem take federation now. The person wey you dey, he don even give you federation. He never even start discuss federation with you. Then you don come dey lie your own people dem say make we first take federation now, then later we go fight. Which later? When you go don collect your money, you don live your life. That time you start talk now say I don old, I can no longer talk, and let the young people go. Now wey you young for do the right thing you need do am, you wan postpone destiny. Una dey craze. The thing na say make every Ambazonia in the right senses, abeg, make Oma knack him head so knack am, make him sense come back for say I no go gree make Ambazonia be na my graveyard. I go fight for Ambazonia now. Because if you dey shidon you, I'll talk am again o, because many people that dey shidon now, then when they die, people dey go start dey run say they have to take the body home. Which home? Which home? Na the try. It's only now your home is under siege. Your home is under siege. Your home is under occupation. Wind don blow. The thing don show now. Now they too have gone offensive, doing it like never before. And if you too you do not go offensive, where are you going to call home? Maybe you just better dey buy you your graveyard for America, yeah. Or you just decide make they just incriminate you, put you for small bottle. Because this is the time to fight for homeland. This is the time. Don't wait that we must take the cops home. I go start anti-campaign other cops the way they want take and go home. If we find a history, say you not be do anything, you will not go home. Yes. Because now they support this kind of people them way at the verge of United Nations where they could talk of our problem. Now go support buffoon them, may they go create division. Now go support the rapists, may they continue rape or picking them. Now go support the people where they want to destroy our Anglo-Saxon educational system, the one that where they want to destroy our judicial system. If you are not doing anything against it, then you are with them. There's no two way. There are no two ways to go about it. So my patience, I don't know. I think we don't exhaust our list.
Yeah, we don't exhaust our list. Oh, one more just make a mention of the Queen's passing, or not really, to keep up for next time.
May that queen and the just the hope say, ma just talk my mind for her. And it's just the hope say they never hear read the will. Maybe for some corner for a will, he keep and say, may they go be that I think the daddy going so that small place where if he make mistake, may they hear the people that cry. And they still the hope. So me I go give like 1 week. May I dey
Yeah,
hope make dem read the
next,
will
next
so that
time.
small part dey
Yeah,
there. Because when I
right.
just think about a passing away, I dey think say ma I feel sad. But I dey think of wetin wey a whole mother for 60 years before fit do on behalf of some suffering people. Even as God still give you years wey he see the suffer wey we dey suffer, I be still dey hope say he go talk something before he wan go in. But I
Right.
never lose hope. I believe say he keep some cloth for some place. But for now, Mape, I no go even talk say rest in peace. Yes,
Well,
because
just politically, we'll just say rest in peace for political reasons.
okay.
But we'll talk some more next time. Yeah, we'll
Well,
talk some more
we
next time.
sympathize with the people of
Okay.
UK for
Okay.
political reasons. For Mape,
Yeah.
the women's of the women's department
Mhm.
of the interim government of Ambazonia, we mourn our grandmother, great grandmother, wife, sister, the Queen of England, who in the year 19, I've forgotten the year, sailed from Calabar to the port of Victoria to the port of Tico with her late husband, King Philip,
Mhm.
I was looking for that picture, my patience. Maybe I'll find it.
Yeah, I have it
Prince
somewhere.
Philip, yeah, they came. We mourn you, mommy. We mourn you. We sympathize with the people of England until President Sakogo thought say maybe me will pull flag halfway. I dey still wait for that political reason.
Maybe during his speech tomorrow, he will mention them.
Yeah, maybe we don't do our own like
Yeah,
women and daughters of former
yeah,
British Southern Cameroon Trust Territory.
yeah.
We sorry say na you be for the place and you don't go. May you make mommy happy. Me you meet up mommy happy them. Wanna continue the conversation for there. Make mommy happy. They ask you the question too because we dey still they ask the question for yeah. So now condolence message that for political reasons. We
Right.
are sorry. We mourn. Okay. My patients give a statement.
Okay, I want to seize this opportunity to just thank everybody that has stayed listening to us. I know we've taken quite a bit of your time. But people then waited there for home front. Again, this show is just to keep you informed, keep you excited about the future, keep you hopeful that you are on the right track, mourn you with you when
Hmm.
you're mourning, because again, every child that is killed because of this, our quest for recognition, is one child too much. So we really hope, say, when I'll just persevere, always listen to the interim government. There's only one interim government. Don't worry about all this distraction when a tactic for La République du Cameroon for divide and conquer us. We, the interim government, we be don't be in existence since that October 1st. We are a continuation of the Joa Joa government. When we be the
Administration.
continuation, So we be firm. We get the people the way they volunteer for all the LGAs and counties, for the local government, for the local government areas, and for the federal government. We get people that here to make sure, say, we take the right decisions, make the right decisions, because we are your voices. That's a fact. If we be there for country where una fit openly speak without being arrested, then everything would have been happening in the home front. Una for remove this thing, make petitions them, march, gather people them, fight. But unfortunately, when I know how La Republic they kill with people one by one, and we get for protect when I continue to be when our voices here until that day we will just celebrate the victory, because that day will come. All of this is not in vain. South Africa, they fight apartheid for so many years. They finally got their won. Like this place where we did stay there. Me and they for America. They be fight for their own independence. For their own freedom. They fight Great Britain. Or United Kingdom. Now they get this beautiful land where we all come flood inside, learn about it. But we want to learn everything we want to learn. We want to take back home for go develop our own. They used to say you want to develop small London. No, we don't call and say small London. We'll call it small paradise. Because that's what it will be for Amazonia. Okay, thank you, plenty. Thank you, my Richard, for having me. Hope you feel better soon.
Thank you, Mape. Thank you now, Ambazonian people. Thank you, friends and sympathizers of Ambazonia. It has been another wonderful Friday to have all of you seated tight. It's been a tight week. Everyone has been working hard, looking forward, waiting to hear from what the interim government is going to say. We know the fears are looming, but we know your hearts are willing to do that which is right. Just keep holding tight, listening to the right source of information. Even when you are at a tight corner that you cannot do that which is right, let your spirit be doing that which is right. Keep praying, keep hoping, keep believing that very soon, and very soon, we are going home. Very soon. Mommy, wipe your tears. Young girl, wipe your tears. Young boy, wipe your tears. Papa, wipe your tears. They don't do the one way they fit do, but the one way God want do for us, it comes small time. I talk today, say we dey talk in the prophetic, and na so it come. God continue to keep us together, hold us together, and we know that very soon we will make homeland. Have a blessed weekend. Tomorrow is bull drafting. Come with your own might and put it there. President's sustainability basket. Support the Amazonian Restoration Forces in Bui and let the work be done. Come one, come all. And have a blessed week ahead till we meet to share our experience, our opinion. Stay blessed and have a pleasant weekend. Bye for now.
You're watching the People's Television, ABC Amba TV, the voice of Ambazonia. Stay tuned.
Yes, entertainment.
Money, make you help your brother. If you know thank God, you go and I forgot. Brother, make you find work, or you remain the suffer. Only my hand, you, we make them together. If I do you bad, if I do you good, if I promise and fail you. Money, make you help your brother. If you know thank God, you go and I forgot. Brother, make you find work, or you remain the suffer. Only my hand, you, we make them together. If I do you bad, if I do you good, if I promise and fail you, if I do you good, man, I am young, tell me Jenny come on. In a winter, Winnie come on. Man, I am young, yummy tangy come on. In a jump, tell me come on. Tell me come on. Man, I am young, tell me Jenny come on. In a winter, Winnie come on. Man, I am young, yummy tangy come on. In a jump, tell me come on. Tell me come on.
Yes, entertainment.
Money, make you help your brother, If you no thank God, you go end up for God, Brother, make you find work, or you remain the suffer, Holy my hand, we make come together. If I do you bad, if I do you good, if I promise and fail you, if I do you good, man, I am young, tell me Jenny come on. In a winter, when you come on. Man, I am young, you tangy come on. In a jump, tell me come on, come on.